Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Siren from Fortnite. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going for, I was going to say just a regular pose, but I mean, the thing about it, she's just got, regular clothes on. So I'm trying to keep it simple, it's trying to highlight the outfit. That's really what it's about. It's really a cool looking design, even though I don't understand why, but she has on high heels. Okay. I mean, again, looks pretty, but, not for combat, you know what I mean? So, yeah, okay, who am I to judge? I'm just a drawer. And so, yeah, so I just got to get the pose down real fast, make sure it's where I want it. And then we can flesh it out. So, let's see what we can do. Let's give her some kind of at least dynamic hands or something, Let's do... Yeah, let's do like a hand like that, something. So I know you can't really see. I was like so close in the camera. I was like something like that. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm too close to elaborate, I guess. Let's see what I can do here. There we go. And that's the other trick too. Is I got to make it not too big. Because I tend to get excited and draw, bigger hands or bigger pieces, feet and whatnot, and I got to try to keep it a little more dainty, a little more female, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Not big monster hands. There we go. I think that'll work. All right, cool. So, and I do this every time. I tell you guys, don't focus on the details, get the sketch down, but that's exactly what I just did, isn't it? I just started working on the details. So, let me get back to doing what I tell you, or do what I tell you. We'll follow my own advice. Do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. No, I gotta do as I say. So I just want to make sure I've got the positioning and the placement. Oh, what were the 3 P's? I need to look that up. I keep talking about it and then not looking it up. The 3 P's. Position, placement, and pose. Is that what it was? I think that's it. The PPPs. And that's going to help us... although, pose and position, pretty much the same thing, right? Let's see. Anyway, I'm just trying to give you some guides, some advice to try to stick with what we're doing and sketch out your design is what I'm trying to say. All right, there we go. I like that. Now, I guess she is wearing gloves, right? So I guess I can make the hands a little thicker, but not monster style, Still, they got to be human, And that's what I mean also by I tend to get really big, is I got to keep it human. All right. So there we go. That didn't look too bad. Let's see, her collar is over. Yeah, her collar is over her jacket. Let's draw her jacket, her little half jacket, I guess. Then there's a half shirt. Why does she wear? Okay, you know what? I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to criticize. I'm just going to enjoy what I was saying. I'm going to appreciate the costume. I'm being super critical here. and I'm getting antsy about, you know, why is it like this? Why is it? You know what? You chose this. You wanted to have fun with it. Have fun with it. Stop tearing it apart, right? Okay. Okay, so let me just draw the shoe, the high heel here, and there is some kind of cool looking ankle thing. Maybe that's what that is. It's some kind of ankle support because they're very impractical shoes. But I guess they've got some kind of whatever this is mech design in the heel or in the ankle to keep her from twisting her ankle, right? All right, I like that. I like that. It's a good position here. Let me draw her face. And then we'll get going. Okay. Should I color in? Should I? Yeah, I should. What I was trying to say, but was terrible at it just now, was I was trying to figure out whether I should blacken in the lips, and what I mean by that is color them with Sharpie, like the outer lining, you know. But because they're so red, it's almost like no, I should just let color do it all. Color do it completely and not emphasize it with black. But oops, she got an eye patch, didn't she? I think it would look weird if I don't, so I'm just still gonna ink it in. Okay. All right. Okay, and let's see. So, that being said, let's try to come up with the shape. That's not too bad. Yeah, I can live with that. There we go. Okay, so let me draw her hair. And it's got a certain look to it, so that's why I want to make sure I capture that little bob style to it, you know? Okay, so let me see. Sorry, I started focusing on other parts. Let's see, there's that, and then there's these locks. And there you go, that's not too bad. Okay, I think we're about ready. Yeah, looks good. So let me erase some of these lines, and then we will skip over to the Sharpie, or not skip over. We'll start with the Sharpies, and we'll welcome everybody that did skip over to the Sharpie section. If you're working with pencil, you just continue. You just get darker. I want to make some of this disappear and let the Sharpie stand out. So I gotta make mine a little lighter. Ooh, gotta tape my paper down too, the whole thing's moving. Alright, I think that's enough. I can still see it lightly, but it's not gonna stand out over the Sharpie. There we go. Still a little dark right there for some reason. Oh well. Okay, so Welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but depends a little finer than the fine point and can find the things that a fine point can't quite find. So I've sketched the entire thing out, but I've erased a majority of it so it doesn't stand out over the Sharpie. And I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen because I can control the line widths much better. And then I'll come back with the Sharpie fine point and really stand out with the line width. So I'm going to use this for the tiny details like the face. So I'm going to do the eye. I'm going to start here with a little bit of a curve over this for the eyelid. Now normally I do both eyes to make sure I've got them balanced, but because she's wearing an eye patch, there's not a lot I can do. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a little bit of an iris. Oops. I'm trying to keep it light. Like that, and then draw the pupil because I want it to stand out for like a blue eye. So I'm keeping it super light and trying not to go crazy here. And for the eye, what I usually try to do is add like a little bit of a cat eye, so almost like a little bit darker on this top part. And then I don't do anything for the underneath because it's so small, so tiny, it'll bleed out. So I want to just be subtle with my lines and let color help take care of the rest. So I'm going to give her her eyebrow, which is pretty thick. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. That worked out. Okay, so I'm going to do her eye patch to give me a placement so I know where we are. Make sure I got it right, where the eye would be. And I did that for hair because the hair is going to be kind of over the eye patch. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of her hair. I'm going to do the part right there. I'm going to bring it down like this. I meant to have that open a little bit more so you could see the eye patch strap. So I'll just do like that, okay? And I know it's a little tiny, a little bleeding, but you know, again, that's what these Sharpies do. Sometimes they bleed into themselves, so I'm just kind of keeping it simple with the amount of lines I'm putting on there. Now her hair is going to part over and come over here, and we're only going to see so much, so I guess I'll go ahead and do that. So I'll give you like a placement of what's what, what's where. That'll at least help us with start-stop points so we know what goes where, okay? Alright, so those are the front part of her bangs. And again, that'll guide us as to where we are. So let's give her a tiny little button of a nose because her face is so white and complex, such a light complexion that there's not a lot of highlights to the detail. So I'm just going to give her some small nostril holes like that. And again, I'll come back and do more with color. Like we'll add a little bit of the bulb right there, but that's it. I need to walk away because any more and it's going to start to stand out. And I got to keep it nice and subtle. So for her mouth, let's see if we can do this. Give it a little bit of a smile. I'm going to try to come in and do that top lip and try to keep it nice and light. I'm trying to not bleed into themselves, not into each other. So I'm just going to keep it subtle. There we go. Let's see if I can do the bottom lip now. And again, the Sharpie is going to bleed into itself, so I'm trying to be careful with my lines, very precise with what I'm doing. There we go. All right, walking away from that. Any more and it's going to start to bleed into itself and get really confusing. So I'm going to draw her chin directly underneath because she's looking right at you. So I can draw her jawline up now. I'll do the other one over here too. I'll try to smooth some of this out. And then her jaw's going to go up to her ear. It's covered by her hair, so you can't see all of it. Same thing over here. Again, covered by the hair, so you know we're only going to see so much. And as you can see too, I'm starting to thicken up some of these lines because now that I'm ending where the fine detail is, I'm getting ready for the thickness of the big Sharpie, and it's super thick. So yeah, so I'm just kind of preparing for what's about to happen, basically. So now that that's said and done, I can kind of play around with some hairlines because I've defined where they are, and I'm going to still use this small Sharpie to guide me. And I'm trying not to draw all the lines because it is like a platinum blonde hair. So We don't want a lot of lines in there. I want to do them. I do. But I don't because I want to keep the design subtle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the outline. She's got very specific locks. That's what I was going for. Okay, so we'll do a couple like that just to show that obviously there's streaks in the hair. There's, you know, hairlines, you know. But again, because it's a platinum blonde, I don't want to do a whole bunch of lines with the black to make it stand out. So, okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here. The design. Or the outline. And same thing, I want to do a couple lines, but not a lot. Again, to emphasize the look of the hair. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, I'm gonna walk away because I'm gonna start to do. Hang on, I gotta do something there. It's too blank. I'm doing exactly what I said I wasn't gonna do, which is draw a whole bunch of hairlines. So I'm stopping, walking away. Okay, so here's her neck, like this. There's the little choker neck. Ooh, I lost my picture. Sorry. My screen shut off. There we go. Here's her little choker necklace, like that. Now I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie for the rest of the detail. All right, so I'm gonna have her shirt open with a big collar open like this, and see how thick this is? That's why I was trying to match the look without, you know, going too crazy. Okay, there's the shirt, and so now we can do her jacket. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the open of the jacket and move my way that way. It's going to be open there. Now that's not the edge of her body, that's just the edge of the jacket. So the body's going to be in here. So I'm going to come in here like this, and there's where the edge of her body is, which is going to come down here like that. Does that make sense? That's her shirt. Let's go ahead and do the shirt. That'll help us define that. I'm getting all kinds of dirty there. And here, let's do this. For the inside of her shirt, we're going to keep it subtle. We're going to go like this. So it's not as thick as that coat. Okay? And then I'll do the rest in a second. So I'm going to do her arm, and I've got her hand kind of up and facing at you, so it's in front. So I can do her shoulder. Let's see, it's going to come out over here. Going to bend down, and I'm going to stop right about there because that's where her hand's going to be. So let me show you with the other side. So here's her armpit to her elbow, and then the arm is bent like this. So it's foreshortened, okay? Kind of pointed right at you. So you can only see so much of that detail. So for her hand, again, I've got it like right at you like this. So I'm gonna come up here for her thumb. I'll add some detail in a second. I'm just gonna kind of do the outline of the sketch I did. So it's already planned. I already knew where I was gonna go with this. So I can just kind of draw the outline, and then I'll come back with the detail in a second. Like that. So see what I'm saying? It's kind of right at you like this. And now I'm going to connect right there. Maybe draw some creases and folds for the material. Clean up anything I think is off. And then for the hand, there's a lot of ridges and folds. She does have a glove on, so there we go. Now I'm just going to kind of clean some of this up and kind of define a few little edges like that. So see, coming back with a little bit of definition, we can clean it up and make more sense, right? All right, looking great. Okay, so let's just work on the other side. Basically the same thing. We're just going to do the shoulder, and I got her shoulders kind of at an angle. So this one's a little lower, coming down here like this. A little bit more dynamic, you know, a little something, not just straight across, you know. And let's go ahead and draw the front of her jacket down here like this, hanging down. Again, about the same level. It's going to come up here for her breast a little bit. Then we'll come back in. Let's go ahead and do her shirt like that. And again, that's her sleeves of her jacket. Got some creases and folds right there. And her arm, this arm is out. Okay. A little bit long now that I'm looking at it, but that's okay. And it's bent up like this. There's a little wrist. I guess the glove edge is what that is. Down to the elbow. Like that. And since it's sealed off, since it's the edge, I'll go ahead and add just a few lines just to make it cloth. You know, it's just some material bends. So like I said, it seems a little long, but that's okay. I think it's fine. For the overall picture, it makes sense, and it's going to work. For me, at least. Okay. All right. So this hand, I just have pretty much out like that. Nothing crazy. It's just splayed out is what it's called. Okay, so the thumb is down. Index finger. Knuckle. Back of the hand. And so that means the other fingers are behind it. So there's only so much we're going to draw anyway. So middle finger. We'll bend these to make them more dynamic. Ring finger and pinky, like that. And so that'll kind of bring the hand in that way. Oops, that was a little thick. Didn't mean to go that thick, but that's okay. That's what happens. When working with the big Sharpie, you know, you're only going to get so much detail before it starts to bleed into itself anyway. So there we go. We'll just leave it like that. All right, so now we're just going to basically draw cloth because her pants are just cloth. That's all it really is. So I'm going to continue her waist to her hips like this, and we're going to draw that belt. There's a little buckle there. So we'll kind of accent it like that with this big Sharpie. Okay, so now we're just going to draw her legs down to her in a standing position. So we're going to draw her hips down to her knee, to her calf. The pants are a little flared out. Now, I've already sketched it out, so that's why I can just draw a line. I'm kind of following what I did, so I'm not just drawing willy-nilly. This was all planned out. It was a specific design, so I'm just going to follow what I'm doing here, too. So I'm going to draw her hips, her thigh to her knee, and the flared out pants like that, coming in. I'll go ahead and do the same thing over here. I'll come back into her knee, the inner thigh, like that. Same thing for the other side, like this. Okay, and again, they're just like stretchy pants, you know. So there's only so much that we can really draw here, and we'll just say that's where her crotch is. So that's where the bends in her pants are, and we'll just leave that part alone because I mean, there's nothing else we could do. That's all tight, stretched pants against her skin, so it's just material. We'll give her a little bit of a knee just to have something, because again, it's cloth that's skin tight, and there's nothing we can really show there. So now we're just going to focus on the feet. So she's got some kind of ankle mech, I don't know what this is, over her ankles. So I'm just going to kind of come in over the foot, then I can put the toe in like that. I'll show you the side view of it here. So I can draw her heel, and she's got high heels on. Don't know why. For the design, I guess. Like that. And you can come in for the high heel, actually. Let's go ahead and accent it a little bit by giving it an actual bottom. Something like that. We'll do the same thing over here. Okay, so let me add just a little bit of extra detail for that that mech foot, whatever this is. But like I said, I can't really tell. It just looks like some kind of wrapping all around it. That's just some kind of cool little feature. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Siren from Fortnite. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.